Hello, I'm pretty sure you have come across multiple videos on YouTube as well as many articles on Google that tell you about short routes to quick success, overnight glamour. This channel is not for that, and if this is your first time, this channel is more for your personal development, for some career advice, and general financial learning. Now, short route to success, who doesn't want that? And I think I stand testament to what that general definition has been. You go and do an engineering, you go do an MBA, and then you work in a bank. And I think I fit that role aptly. However, I believe that is not the shortest route to success, especially in India. And over the course of last 3.5 years of working as a corporate banker, I have come across a very different course, which is actually, according to me, from my lenses, the shortest route to success. So without further ado, let's begin. Now, before I begin, all opinions expressed here are my own, and it is not from the perspective of just a general person, but also from the perspective of an engineer, a person who has pursued engineering and done an MBA and is contrasting my career choices to someone who has done this course. Now, just to set the context, the course that I'm talking about is that of a CA, Chartered Accountant. Now, what is a CA? You can find a lot of articles on that, but in general, these are people who audit, who ensure that the numbers that companies are reporting as to what their earnings have been, what taxes they have paid, they are correct. In many countries, the person who formulates the rules of accounting and the people who do the auditing are two separate entities. However, in India, this is amalgamated into one singular body, the ICAI. Now, this gives them a lot of power, a lot of prestige, and yes, I'm very sure you must have heard people gloating about how amazing they are for having become CAs, and they do deserve the accolade. But why do I say it's the shortest route to success compared to something that is much more prevalent that you keep on hearing, "Mera bachcha engineer banega ya doctor banega"? Well, I personally work at a bank and in a specific department where the criteria is more or less that you have to be in the set of a certain set of elite B schools, or you have to be a first attempt or a second attempt CA, otherwise you can't make it there. So I think I have had, over the last 3.5 years, enough exposure to this community to tell you why that is probably a very rational route of career choice, as well as a much shorter path to success. Now, when I say success, it generally means that you get paid on the higher side of what people earn in India right out of college. Now, why do I say it's like the shortest route to success? Because there is very low capital involvement. There is great amount of honor and prestige involved. You get to work at some of the best firms. The pay scales are really good right out of that college state. And also, you do not have a lot of heartburn and rat race involved in this game. I'll substantiate it why. The first reason is the candidate pool. Now, when I say candidate pool, I know the people who are CAs and are going to be watching this, I'm really going to get a little knocked off here. But here's the thing. See, what I have noticed during my formative years is most people who tend to be technically brilliant, sound with numbers, and have a general penchant for understanding how the world works tend to end up either in engineering or in medicine. They are usually the really high scorers of your school, the toppers of your class, and they usually aspire to be engineers or doctors because irrespective of how low the payments are nowadays to just an MBBS doctor or just a BTech engineer, they're very stable sources of income for the economy. They usually have very stable jobs until and unless you're just talking about the IT sector. But because India has this craze about engineering and medicine, there is intense pressure on the few available seats because everyone is trying to fight for those few seats. And what happens is a lot of talented individuals lag behind and are eventually forced to join courses where the prospects are not that great, but they could have done better if they had chosen something a little more carefully. And this video is majorly intended towards them. You are the best judge of your caliber. Now, once you remove that creme de la creme of toppers from your society, you're left with a moderate pool of students who are hardworking, diligent, and are willing to go the extra mile. And these are the set of people who you will usually find filling up the seats in a CA tuition class or pursuing CA. They're really, really hardworking. They may not reek of the high level of advanced engineering math intellect, but they are really, really sound, logical. And these are the people you get to hang out with, to socialize with. And that's the second benefit you get here, other than being in that huge rat race where India produces 15 lakh engineers every year. The second perk which I wanted to touch upon is the kind of community that you belong to. So as an engineer, I have had friends whose parents would have earned like 30,000 or 40,000 rupees a year, and also friends whose parents earned like 40 lakh rupees a year during my engineering days. You have a vast spectrum, solely because of the fact that because intelligent people come from every strata of the society, and everyone wants their son or daughter to become an engineer. At least that was or that is the craze in India. Now, in that kind of a scenario, you really end up with people from varied stratas of society. Some of them have great access to great institutions, and some do not. However, if you really observe the CA society, these are people majorly coming from business classes. Now, I live in the city of Kolkata, and most of my CA friends either have family businesses or they are associated with families who run businesses, and they are doing something on their own as CAs. Now, what that gives you as an advantage is the networking. Now, most people say that MBA is all about networking. Net worth is determined by your network. And if you really consider just right out of college as an engineer or an MBA, the amount of network that you can do is far smaller compared to what the CAs have access to. Because not only do they get to work right out of college at auditing firms, getting to interact with companies directly, not just through guest lectures or probably a very short stint of a summer internship. People do really, really long articleships, 6 months, 8 months, 1 year long, and they get to really get entrenched in the financial system of the place where they are working. In addition to that, because they belong to business families, their families have friends who are also involved in businesses. So you slowly over time, your entire friend circle is filled with people who are either CAs or businessmen or both. For example, Kumar Mangalam Birla is a CA and he's a great business tycoon. So once you have that kind of a friend circle, you have a very long-term vision as to how the financial system and businesses work in general, something that you really can't learn out of textbooks. Let me reassure you, reading a finance book for 10 hours and spending 10 hours with a Marwadi businessman in Kolkata, you will learn probably 10 times more from that person, because it's generations and generations of business ideas and business acumen distilled through the bloodline. So you will really get to learn a lot more. And I think that entire articleship period where most CAs are like, they're underpaid and they complain a lot, that's the period where they are really, really formed. They get to see the ins and outs of businesses and financial reporting. So those are the first two things. The first, you don't have the rat race of 15 lakh engineers. And second, you have great socialization and networking capabilities. And third, and probably the most important thing. Now again, this is a little controversial, but I'll tell it to you from my perspective. Most people say it takes a lot of work to become a CA, which I agree with. But I do not agree with the idea that you need 5 attempts to clear CA. Most of my friends have cleared it either in the first attempt or the second attempt. And they might be a minority. But in my experience, when I engage with them and I talk to them about various things in finance and from working parlance as well, I have seen that their understandings and IQs are something that's very similar to mine. I think most people with enough hard work, diligence, and effort will be able to clear it at least within their third attempt. And if you're not able to clear it within the third attempt, I think you really need to reconsider your decisions or the strategies that you are taking in terms of preparing for the examination. And once you agree with me on this part that you can crack a CA exam, the fourth most important part is the amount of capital that is involved. So I'll give you an example. An average guy who has done an engineering and an MBA will at least have around 15 to 20 lakhs of debt standing on their balance sheets right on the day they step out of college. However, for a CA, even with 3 attempts, you would have hardly spent 70 odd thousand rupees excluding the tuition expenses. Now, tuition is again a very subjective thing, but even if you include the tuition expenses, I don't think you spend more than 2 to 2.5 lakh rupees as per reviews that I've got from most of my friends who have cracked CA within their first or second attempts. So imagine you stepping right out of your college, or probably 2 years after your BCom, with a CA, which is considered to be equivalent to a master's degree in India nowadays, and you do not have that huge debt burden that most engineering and MBA people combined together have. So doesn't it make it a very appealing field? I think so. So just to reiterate, low capital investment, great socialization and networking potentials, and most importantly, the lack of a rat race. Now, if this convinces you, I think you should consider pursuing a CA if you are stepping out of high school, or you are in your freshman year of your undergraduate degree. It's a really good field to pursue. Capital investments are low, and you also get to experience a lot of things which actually mints money in this country: accounting, taxation, and general banking. Now, does this mean that I say that do not do an MBA if you're an engineer? Because the entry barriers for CA do not restrict you to have a BCom degree. You can pursue a CA with any degree whatsoever. Well, the answer is a bit of a yes or a no. If you have time on your hand as an engineer and you can afford 2 or 3 years of further education and investing for the CA process, it's great. However, the MBA thing is a whole different perspective altogether, because unlike a CA, which restricts you to the field of finance, MBA opens you up to many different avenues of career: marketing, finance, HR, operations, and that's something that you don't get in a course like CA, which is very, very laser focused. In addition to this, especially if you're coming from one of those top 30 or top 40 B schools in India, the kind of networking you get, okay, may not be directly business communities, but these are people, some of whom will eventually reach the top echelons of business society in India. So you will be making really, really amazing friends. And from that perspective, because I get to access such people, get to access professors who come from similar communities, I think it's a great experience. It's an experience that changes your life. However, if I have to take into consideration that I stepped out of my B school with approximately 15 lakhs of debt on my balance sheet, and if I were to be not doing a job as well as I am doing today, I would still think the CA route was a far more rational option. So if you're a person and you judge yourself well enough to know what your academic capabilities are, if you're moderate, if you're hardworking, and you do not consider yourself to be bogged down by a lot of academic pressure, and you still want to make a lot of money, I think the CA route is a no-brainer. And I think it's the shortest route to success in India. And when I say success, it means great prestige, it means a great package, and it means, to some extent, a well-balanced work life. That's all from my side. If you have liked this video, do give it a thumbs up. It helps the channel. Do subscribe, and if you have any opinions on this topic, I would love to know them. So please, it's a request, do put them down in the comment section below. It not only helps me know your perspective, but also helps other people who read the comment section. That's all from my side for today. See you in the next one. Till then, happy investing in yourself.